I want to ask you, with SharePoint 2010, what was your largest pain point?
I think the largest thing we had was around custom code. So about 90% roughly of our support cases we've come across is badly written code. So, leaking memory, just doing cross-site crawling or, non-cached calls, things like that. It was just really bad code that would bring a farm to a standstill, or just, page low performance would be really, really bad. So that was probably the biggest thing we found. It's just poorly written tested code.
Right, okay. So let me ask you, what would be another pain point?
I would probably say the patching. So we've gone to a lot of customers who complain a feature's broken, something doesn't work. So people are not keeping their farms up to date. But that said, we don't say, look, go straight away to the latest update. Make sure we follow the N-1 rule. Well, I tell customers to follow the N-1.
So that is go to the current one, less one.
Correct, yeah. So make sure you can go to the latest one if you so choose, but make sure you test it, put it through your right processes, because once an update's on there, the cumulative updates, you can't uninstall them, so it's a one-way trip, because sometimes they do database schema updates, etc.
Okay. So last time we spoke, you were a big fan of Fast. Are you still a big fan of Fast?
I am still a big fan of Fast, although there's a whole new search platform in 2013, which I'm sure you've got lots of questions to ask me about. But yeah, Fast has basically been re-engineered with the SharePoint search to bring in a whole new search platform, enterprise search.
Is there any little pain points with Fast that you don't enjoy?
Probably the biggest one we've come across with a few customers is around claims-based authentication with on the preview page. You've got the thumbnail previews. It's just a minor thing, but you don't see the thumbnail previews. But beyond that, it's awesome.
Right. And so you really like those little thumbnails?
I do. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. Customers seem to like it, but it's not a deal breaker for us. It's just a minor little thing.
Okay. So let's fast forward to today. We've got 2013 is RTM'd. What is the biggest thing in 2013 that excites you?
I'm a really big search fan, so I think the search, as I said earlier, that the consolidation of the fast search and the enterprise search into enterprise search, one search platform, which brings for customers the ability to have in Office 365 the same search experience as in on-prem, so there's no difference. So I'm really quite fond of that.
So is that because everyone that has SharePoint 2013 will have Fast, or is that because you don't have to pay for Fast anymore? It's just included?
Well, no, it's just easier to deploy. So you've got one search engine to rule them all, to quote Lord of the Rings. So it's just one search engine, and it does everything, the best of Fast, the best of SharePoint search in one search platform.
Okay, so let's move away from Fast Search. What is another thing in SharePoint 2013 that excites you?
I think the biggest thing that I've seen, which really excites me, is all the social aspects. So you've got all the micro-blogging, the follow me, the hashtags, the Twitter-like Facebook experience for an enterprise. Yep. And I've shown that to a few customers, and they're very excited by it. So they've been wanting to do this for years in a controlled way. So they're very keen on implementing it. And it all couples in with the search and the whole experience. So they're very excited about it.
So if all this socials, this intercompany tweeting is going to work very well in SharePoint 13, why did you need Yammer?
I'm glad you asked that. Yammer's an interesting acquisition. To be honest, there has been no announcement on the Yammer SharePoint integration, and to be honest, I don't really know what the story is, so I'll park that for now. Yammer's just an acquisition because it offers some of the things that SharePoint can't do, and SharePoint can do some things that Yammer can't do. But that said, they're two separate products for now, but where that is going, we'll have to wait and see. Okay.
All right. Well, Yammer's a great product, so so it's going to be interesting. I want to ask you about patching. So your belief with patching is on 2010, patch to the current 1-1 all the time. So if you're stuck on RTM, take your advice and just get all the latest stuff, but just don't be bleeding edge. What's the story with 2013? Has that changed?
From what we understand with the 2013 patching, it's going to be very similar to 2010 from what I understand. So you get the cumulative updates are going to follow the same release cycle. You're going to go through the usual testing, and I believe the same patching schedule should still be followed. So don't go to the absolute latest unless you really, really, really need to. So, and the patching will be very similar. So you need to install the updates and do the usual patching schedules and things like that. You can actually patch without bringing the farm down. There's an art to it, though.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty exciting. We're really excited. We went RTM yesterday, and I believe that we're going RTM at SSW on Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. But let's just say you're the boss. You're the boss of SharePoint right now. Let's just say you're Jeff Teper. What area of investment would you place in SharePoint right now?
I would actually focus on getting SharePoint online or SharePoint in Office 365 and on-prem basically exactly the same, so there's no real difference. Sure, there's technical things you have to consider, the multi-tenanted environment, because it is very different to an on-premise or on-premises deployment because, you don't have central admin and all that. But for me, I would make the feature set totally transparent. There's no difference between the two.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
All right, very interesting. I thank you for your time, but before you go, I'm just going to ask you, because I'm very excited about something. Have you seen the new Surface?
I have. I actually touched it and played with it. It was yesterday at our Windows 8 launch. It's just a small launch you might have heard about. Yes. Yesterday for about 30 seconds, and it's very sweet. It's a very solid, rugged little device, and it's very powerful, and we're very excited by it. So we're very happy.
Well, I believe I get my Surface tomorrow.
No, you don't.
I do.
Unless you go to the US, you will go.
Right.
For the moment.
Well, I'm going to the US tomorrow, so the rumour is I might get one at Build if I'm lucky.
Well, pre-order one or something, or if you're going to get one for free, that's awesome. But yeah,
it wasn't free. It was an expensive conference, but never mind.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyway, thank you, Aaron, for your time. That's been great.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you.
And with that, this is Adam Cogan signing off for SSW TV.